Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Frank Malico. Michelle Griego is on assignment this noon. And we are following some developing news off Monterey. That's where the Coast Guard is searching for a family whose sailboat sank some 65 miles offshore. The U.S. Coast Guard says they got their distress call west of Monterey late yesterday afternoon, and an hour later they got their last transmission when the family said they were abandoning their ship. KPIX 5's Elissa Harrington is at the U.S. Coast Guard station in Yerba Buena Island and now has the very latest. Elissa?
Well, hi, Frank. You know, that boat was far out there. We're talking 65 miles offshore, which is roughly the distance between San Francisco and Santa Rosa. Nobody's heard from that family since yesterday's distress call.
Coast Guard, we are abandoning ship. This is the Storm Glow. We are abandoning ship.
It's been almost 20 hours and still no sign of 4 family members who abandoned their sinking sailboat miles off the California coast. No sighting of the boat, no debris trail, no leads. A huge search effort has been underway since they first radioed the Coast Guard yesterday around 4:30 in the afternoon.
They were disabled initially, so they weren't able to move under their own sail or propulsion. And then they started taking on water, and then their electronics started to fail on them.
4 people were on board, a husband and his wife, their 4-year-old son, and his young cousin. They were in a 29-foot-long sailboat, possibly called the Charm Blow. Coast Guard officials believe the vessel was not equipped with lifeboats or vests. They lost contact about an hour after that initial distress call, when a family member told dispatchers they were abandoning ship with a makeshift raft.
They had a cooler and a life ring on board, and they were trying to make that into a life raft. Well, we don't know if they were able to successfully do that.
Since then, boats, helicopters, and planes have been scouring the water near Monterey. Coast Guard crews are following drift patterns, and officers say they're hopeful, although last night that section of the ocean was turbulent with high winds and large waves.
The water is just so cold and so rough, and as time goes by, and the less evidence we find, the harder this case is.
The water temperature this time of year usually lingers in the low 50s. Meanwhile, Coast Guard officials are asking anybody with information about a boat called Charm Blow to give them a call. In San Francisco, Elissa Harrington, KPIX 5.
All right, Elissa, thank you. The search is continuing in South America.